Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about the various part of a plant cell. As you know that a typical plant cell is consist of cell wall. Then just below the cell wall we are having cell membrane is present. Just below the cell membrane we are having different cell organelles are present. This is the nucleus, this is the ER, Golgi complex, chloroplast, mitochondria, vacuoles, ribosome. These are the various cell organelles which are found in the plant cell. But in this video, we will describe details about these some terms which are generally confusing for the students, like protoplasm, cytoplasm, protoplast, cytosol, or what is matrix. And in this video, we'll discuss about these things. So first, we'll start with what is the protoplast. Suppose we take a plant cell. If we remove the cell wall from the plant cell, the remaining portion of cell left is known as protoplast. So now this is a plant cell. Now remove the cell wall from the plant cell. After we remove the cell wall from the plant cell, now the remaining portion which is left here, this is known as protoplast. Now in mathematical we can say protoplast is equal to cell minus cell wall. Now this is the whole content that is present here. This is our protoplast. So next come to protoplasm. Now this is the protoplast. When we remove the cell membrane from the protoplast, the remaining portion of cell left is known as protoplasm. So now you remove the cell membrane from the protoplast. So what are the portion now remain is known as the protoplasm. So the entire content which is known as the protoplasm. Now we will explain this in a technical way like that. Protoplasm is equal to protoplast minus cell membrane, because after we remove the cell membrane from the protoplast, the remaining portion that left is known as the protoplasm. In another way, we can say the protoplasm as the entire content which is present below the cell membrane. Now this is cell membrane. So entire content which is present below cell membrane is now known as the protoplasm. So now this is the nucleus which is present at center. Now this is the endoplasmic reticulum. This is the mitochondria. This is the plastid, and then many cell organelles are present. Then as you know that the nucleus is the master cell organelle. So now you consider the nucleus as one and a remaining portion of the protoplasm as one. So the remaining portion of the protoplasm that present between the cell membrane and the nucleus, you call it as the cytoplasm. Now we can write the protoplasm is equal to nucleus plus cytoplasm. So protoplasm is equal to nucleus plus cytoplasm. If we deduce the equation for the nucleus, then the nucleus is equal to protoplasm minus cytoplasm. Suppose this is the protoplasm. Now this is the nucleus and this part is the cytoplasm. If we deduce the equation for nucleus, so you have to remove the cytoplasm. So this is the nucleus. Now come to the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm should be protoplasm minus nucleus. Now this is the protoplasm, this is the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm. If we remove the nucleus or the parts which present outside the nucleus, or simply here between the nuclear membrane and the cell membrane, this part is the cytoplasm. So besides the cytoplasm, then another term that is associated with the cell, that is the cytosol. That is the cytosol. So, and here the maximum case the students get confused regarding cytosol and cytoplasm. Now we will talk about what is cytosol. For example, this is plant cell. This is the cell wall. Just below the cell wall, we are having cell membrane is present here. Then as you know that the cell is a very small structure and even we can see with the naked eye. But for the study, always you have to consider the cell is a large structure. Suppose you take a plant cell and you make a hole in it and you remove all the cell organelles from a cell. Suppose you take out nucleus, you take out endoplasmic reticulum, you remove mitochondria. Then after the removal of all the cell organelles, the remaining portion of cell left or the liquid part of cell is left, this known as the matrix or cytosol. So that in the matrix or cytosol, the 90% constituent is the water. In addition to water, it contains the nucleotides, vitamins, amino acids, etc. So here the protoplasm minus all cell organelles is known as the cytosol or matrix. Now come to the details of the protoplasm. The word protoplasm was given by Purkinje in the year of 1839. Let's explain the definition of the protoplasm. The protoplasm can be defined as clear, colorless, translucent, granular, viscous living substance of the cell. So, let's explain the definition with words. The protoplasm is known as clear, colorless. Being in the protoplasm, there is about 90% is water. So, being the water constituent is 90%, the protoplasm is clear and colorless. The next point is translucent. We can say something is translucent when through which the light can easily pass, but our sight cannot pass. Being through the protoplasm, the light can easily pass, our sight cannot pass. This is known as translucent. Protoplasm having granular nature, because in the protoplasm the number of cell organelles are present. So that presence of these organelles, it gives the protoplasm as the granular appearance or the granular nature. Next word is viscous. Viscous means when something is having more dense or when something is just sticky, this is known as viscous. The protoplasm having viscous nature. Next is the living substance of the cell. The protoplasm is the living material of the cell, or protoplasm is the living substance of the cell. For that, the Huxley in the year of 1868 called protoplasm as the physical basis of life. If we say where in our body life is exist, the answer is in the protoplasm. Actually, the life exists in the protoplasm. That's why we say protoplasm is the physical basis of life. Then we do not have a single life. The number of life in our body is equal to number of the cell, because life exists inside the cell. And then to justify the role of the protoplasm, the Max Kolsch proposed protoplasmic theory in the year of 1861. This theory states that all living cells made up of the protoplasm in which all vital activities occur. It means all the cells having protoplasm. So this protoplasm which provides the medium, which provides the platform for all vital activities or for all the vital or life supporting activities. So this is about the protoplasm. So next come to our the cytoplasm. As already we have studied the portion of the protoplasm which present between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane or nucleus is known as the cytoplasm. So all cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm besides nucleus, because the nucleus is a part of the protoplasm. The nucleus is the cell organelle which is not found in the cytoplasm. So that this is the cytoplasm, this is the nucleus plus this is the cytoplasm. This is the nucleus plus cytoplasm is equal to protoplasm. The next is the word that already we have discussed. This is the cytosol. If we remove all the cell organelles here, the remaining portion of cell left is known as the cytosol. So this video is specially made to understand some confusing terms of plant cells like protoplast, protoplasm, cytosols, etc.